Get ready for the action, because we are kicking things off with huge news. NFL star Jameis Winston has teamed up with Lids for their World Cup campaign, and this partnership is bringing a whole new level of global style to the biggest sporting event. We dive into how this collaboration is celebrating the multicultural spirit of the World Cup and the unique personal style that fans bring to the game. Winston himself shared his excitement about wearing a cap to represent what he loves, and you won't want to miss the details on this incredible fashion and sports crossover.
Stop using your finger for notes, sketches, and edits. This Jam Jake stylus pen gives your iPad a smoother, more precise writing feel with palm rejection so your hand can rest naturally on the screen. It charges fast, works for hours, and comes with replacement tips. Perfect for school, work, or creative projects. Check the link in the comments to grab it on Amazon.
Next up, we are heading straight into some serious international drama as FIFA confirms a massive global ban for Gianluca Prestianni. This Benfica winger is now ruled out of 2 World Cup games in the United States if he is selected for Argentina's squad, extending a ban that was already imposed by UEFA. We break down the controversy surrounding Prestianni's verbal exchange with Vinicius Jr. and what this means for the upcoming tournament, including the complex situation with Argentina coach Lionel Scaloni. The pressure is mounting on the Mexican national soccer team as they gear up for the World Cup. The Mexico Football Federation has issued a strict ultimatum to Liga MX players, demanding they report to a pre-planned training camp this week or risk missing the tournament entirely. We look at the intense negotiations between the national team and clubs like Toluca and Chivas de Guadalajara, and the high stakes involved in this pact to ensure their players are ready for the global stage. And finally, we look at the logistics surrounding the upcoming matches. Weeks before the Bay Area World Cup matches begin, we investigate a surprising trend in hotel reservations, showing that even with the excitement building, some hotels are not seeing the expected surge in bookings. Stay locked in with us right here for all the latest breaking news and analysis. Noi Dung Kai Tight. NFL star Jameis Winston has teamed up with global hat retailer Lids for a new World Cup campaign, offering fans a way to represent their home nations in style ahead of the major sporting event. The collaboration, featured on Fox Business, taps into the energy, identity, and global passion surrounding the World Cup by blending culture, fashion, and sports. /N and the campaign, titled /Wear Many Caps, celebrates the multicultural spirit of the World Cup, emphasizing the heritage, pride, and personal style that define fans, while fostering a sense of shared love for the game. /N Winston helped launch the initiative, sharing his enthusiasm in an exclusive interview with Channel YouTube. He expressed gratitude for the partnership, noting his history with baseball caps and the significance of wearing one to support a country. /N I couldn't have dreamed that I would be collaborating with a brand like Lids for one of the most iconic sporting events ever. I'm very grateful for it, Winston stated. He elaborated on the personal meaning of headwear, recalling diverse ways people wore hats and emphasizing the monumental feeling of representing one's country. /N Winston highlighted how the campaign encourages individuals to embrace the uniqueness of their identity and their country's representation. Even the uniqueness of the way that you wear a hat and the uniqueness of each and every individual country, for Lids to give people, invite people to have pride and have a sense of integrity in what they are representing is amazing, he said. /N Lids is positioning itself as the premier destination for fans seeking World Cup gear, which includes host city t-shirts, national jerseys, and hats. This move reflects the evolution of fandom, as caps have transitioned from being strictly baseball accessories to becoming a key element of fashion and sporting identity. /N Winston confirmed his plans to participate further, adding, I got to go and represent, suggesting he will be utilizing his Giants pull to attend events at MetLife Stadium this summer. FIFA has extended a global ban for Benfica winger Gianluca Prestianni, prohibiting him from participating in 2 World Cup games in the United States, should he be selected for Argentina's squad. This decision follows a 6-game ban previously imposed by UEFA, which was initially for his verbal abuse of Real Madrid's Vinicius Jr. during a Champions League match, where Prestianni reportedly covered his mouth with his jersey while using an insult. FIFA's disciplinary committee confirmed Wednesday that it has applied the UEFA ban to have worldwide effect, moving the disciplinary action beyond European competitions to the upcoming World Cup. UEFA's investigation centered on an alleged racist insult, with claims supported by Real Madrid teammate Kylian Mbappé, suggesting Prestianni used a Spanish word for monkey. While Prestianni denied the racial insult, he admitted to using a homophobic slur. UEFA was unable to definitively prove the racial slur, but found evidence of the homophobic language. Prestianni had already served the first game of his ban when he was barred from playing against Real Madrid in the second leg of their Champions League knockout playoff in February. The situation remains unclear regarding Prestianni's role in Argentina's World Cup preparations. It is not confirmed whether he is still in coach Lionel Scaloni's plans for the team, which is preparing to face Algeria and Austria in the tournament starting next month. Scaloni had called up Prestianni for warm-ups in March, citing the unavailability of Paulo Dybala, though Scaloni reportedly did not address the ongoing UEFA investigation at that time. FIFA's recent push to establish a red card offense for World Cup players covering their mouths when insulting opponents was approved by the IFAB rulemaking panel. If Prestianni is not selected by Argentina, he will serve the remainder of his ban in a UEFA-organized European competition next season. The Mexican national soccer team has issued a firm ultimatum to Liga MX players, demanding participation in a pre-planned World Cup training camp or risk missing the tournament. The Mexico Football Federation, FMF, stated on Wednesday that any player failing to report to the national team's training center will be excluded from the World Cup. This directive follows earlier announcements regarding a mini-camp scheduled to begin in Mexico City. While the initial plan involved 20 Liga MX players participating, the situation became complicated when clubs sought releases for specific players for domestic competitions, such as Toluca requesting releases for Alexis Vega and Jesus Gallardo for a Champions Cup semifinal match against LAFC. Chivas de Guadalajara President Amory Vergara confirmed that his players were expected to report to club facilities the following day. In response, Mexico manager Javier Aguirre strongly reinforced the stance, emphasizing the non-negotiable nature of the agreement. Aguirre stated, "If a player does not report to camp, he'll be out of the World Cup. We cannot be flexible in that regard." He acknowledged the support from clubs and owners, calling the arrangement a binding pact. Aguirre further confirmed that the Liga MX playoffs will proceed without national team players, asserting that the current alignment with the agreed-upon conditions remains firm. The mini-camp is taking place outside the standard FIFA international window and coincides with the middle of the Liga MX playoffs. Chivas is currently sending 5 players to the camp, including Brian Gutierrez, Luis Romo, Roberto Alvarado, Armando Gonzalez, and Raul Rangel, who is considered the presumed starting goalkeeper for the World Cup squad. Aguirre also noted that playoffs having occurred without national team players is not unprecedented, referencing past coaching experiences. Anticipation for the upcoming Bay Area World Cup matches is not translating into the expected surge in hotel reservations. According to a report from CBS News, hotels in the region are not observing the anticipated increase in bookings leading up to the major sporting events. This suggests a potential mismatch between fan excitement and actual accommodation demand, prompting industry observers to look for underlying factors influencing consumer travel decisions.